Hello again, this is Jeff the Garage Guy. I have here what I'm calling Plan 6 for your garage. I just want to run it by you, see what you think, and also attached to this email will be a printable version with pricing on it. So, let's talk about the changes that I've made. It's really kind of basically a combination of a lot of the plans we looked at the other day. What we have here is a cabinet system that is 2 feet deep or 24 inches deep. Satish, I know you sent me an email asking the size of the cabinet, so I'm actually going to go through all of these kind of slow, give you enough time to write them down if you want to. But for now, what we can expect from the top view here is we have our 24-inch deep cabinets going across the whole back wall. With the exception of this left and right cabinet, I actually stepped those back a few inches on each side, just so the accents will have something to die into. I'll show you that in a second. These cabinets here I want to do probably 20 inches deep, whereas these would be like 24 inches deep. And then on the right wall, we have these two cabinets here. It would start right at this bump out. And this cabinet here on the interior is going to be 12 inches. I'm sorry, on the interior it will be 11 inches deep. It's considered a 12-inch deep cabinet. And then we have our full 16-inch deep cabinet here for bigger shoes. Let's take a look at a different view on this garage. Here we go. I hope you find this color scheme as exciting as I do. This just would be kind of my taste, and I'm actually doing a garage right now with the same color scheme. And I can show you what that looks like as we move along on the project this week. The color I chose here was blue walls. You know, I can change those colors on this computer software. We could take a look at many different colors. I'm not a paint decorator by any means, so I just kind of get lucky once. Sorry if I do something I like, I tend to repeat it. But let's go over these dimensions again. They're slightly different than some of the dimensions on previous cabinets. Not that I've gone into this much detail in the past. But basically what I did was I made these giant cabinets here a little bit taller than they were in previous plans. The reason is I used to have them floating off the ground. There just wasn't room for them to be much taller. So now they're taller. So let's start with this cabinet here. The cabinet, and all four of these cabinets are 48 inches wide. They're about 84 inches tall. And then the cabinets above it, they're about 34 inches tall, of course 48 inches wide. And the exterior depth of all of these cabinets across this whole wall, once again, is 24 inches. Then we move over to the workbench. We have a 6-foot workbench consisting of 3 cabinets at 24 inches wide. We've got those really cool drawers with dividers on the left and the right of the workbench. And then up here, I believe these cabinets end up being about 58 inches tall. Don't mark my words on that. I believe that's what they were, about 58 inches tall. They're 12 inches deep, like standard upper cabinets. The only difference is they're, very tall, impressive to look at. These cabinets here, I believe they're about 4 feet tall, give or take. They're 36 inches wide on both sides, and like I said, these are going to be about 20 inches deep. The reason is these two pieces of accent that I did here on the top and bottom of these cabinets, I realized if these cabinets are the same depth as these cabinets, the relationship between this accent butting into the side of this cabinet and sticking out slightly further than the door on this cabinet just wouldn't look appropriate. So I just stepped them back a little bit. You'll still get a ton of storage. It's really just for the overall look. These cabinets here, these ones on the right wall, they're each 36 inches wide, about 90 inches tall, plus the base, plus the top cap, so about 100 inches tall by the time it's all said and done. 16 inches deep and 12 inches deep, like I said. I'll go through here just to go through the pricing real quick. We have our cabinets. Those are the boxes. Cabinet boxes. Our bases. This is the base system that I designed specifically for each garage I do. That takes the load from the cabinets, puts them to the floor. The counter, it's obvious. The accents. We got this little accent here between upper and lower big cabinets and all these other accents going around the cabinets. Handles, we're well familiar with the aluminum extruded handles by now. Drain cabinet, we've gone over that. The water can drip and it will not damage any of your cabinets inside the cabinet with the faucet. 165-degree hinges, I mentioned that briefly. What that means is these cabinet doors are going to open almost 180 degrees, so they're not sticking straight out at you. And that's only for the large, these wide cabinets. So you got the lower ones I'm going to do this on and the ones above those. So these very wide, 4-foot wide cabinets will all have these 165-degree hinges. That way you don't get trapped between your car and a cabinet door when you're trying to pull things out. And if you get out a step ladder, it's nice to have the open feeling of having these doors open all the way. Then we have our cabinet system total. And to paint the walls, I put a price on painting the walls. That is painting the drywall only. If you want other items in the garage painted, we'd have to talk about those items individually, but this is for the drywall. Store wall with accents. As you can see, I did a little bit of what I talked about here. We got store wall with top and bottom trim, and I want to do something kind of neat where it kind of has a design to it and brings a little extra pizzazz to the garage. Let's take a few more views. Here's a view of the right wall. And I just kind of did a straight stripe across here. It's very difficult to draw these different angles and things like that in the software, so I could adjust the price pretty easily, but from now on, you know, with all these different walls here, if we want to do a design here, just let me know. We'll discuss it theoretically or, you know, in our minds. Maybe make a rough sketch. But as you can see, all the cabinets are now sitting on the ground. That shows that a little bit better here. Okay, now we're looking at the left wall. Here's where I got in and did a couple color changes for you. As you can see, this is our blue wall. We have the light gray store wall with the dark gray trim on top and bottom to match the dark gray accents on the cabinetry. Gray store wall behind the workbench as well. And then down here what I did, it's kind of subtle, but I changed the store wall from gray to white. I think this might look really nice. Actually, I know it'll look really nice if we decide to paint the walls a bright color, an exciting color. We don't need the store wall to have a color anymore. It can be white, and it stands out real nice, just like white trim does around a painted room. So there's the idea with the white store wall. Here's one where we didn't paint the walls at all, and very nice, bright room. It's up to you whether you like that look or a colored look. Either way, I'm good with that. So you can see the white cabinets with the white walls still looks pretty neat. And then down below here, I did the white walls, kept them white, no paint, and then the driftwood color cabinets. So basically, if you decided to go with this, we could take off the cost of the paint and then add 10% to the cabinets, not the cabinet system, but the cabinets themselves. So I hope this was informative. I do look forward to hearing back from you guys. Just give me a call, 513-374-9344, or reply to the email, and I look forward to hearing back. Thanks.